So I just wanted to kind of have a little conversation to see how things are going with the push group, how you're feeling, and kind of see what your goals are and how you're moving through with everything.
Trying to be active in the group. You know me, I get so scatterbrained, and then I'm devoting all my attention to one thing and not all 5 things. I set my group up yesterday and sent out invites for that. Have had some interest. A few people today, so that's good. I followed up with Jackie. She hasn't responded back from the coach's call, and I'm getting a little better about sharing. I have a girl that was in a challenge group with me between like Thanksgiving and Christmas. She borrowed the 21-day fix from a friend, and she was actually in the classes with Hannah at college, and Miss Hannah was talking about it. So she says, oh, my mom's doing a challenge group. You can get on board. She was all worried that I wouldn't let her because she didn't buy the program for me. Gotcha. And I said, no, absolutely not. But she is interested in starting my February 2nd challenge group. But she just told me a whole big story that she dropped out of classes because she doesn't want to go back to work full time because of her children. So I'm going to share the coaching up with her. So, and I shared with one of the girls at work. She very much likes it, but she's not ready. So, but I'm getting a little better about sharing that opportunity. So yeah, just trying to push. I'm bound and damn determined I'm hitting Success Club 5 this month.
Yeah.
Oh, and I offered up in my group, my challenge group, if you sign up and you get a friend to sign up, I'll send you a free cookbook.
Nice.
I'm hoping that will get some people rolling.
Yeah.
I have my, it's not nice to say, I call her my not niece. I don't know if everyone knows, I have a half sister that is 9 months, almost to the day, younger than I am with my dad. It's my dad's child. I don't have a whole lot to do with her, but I do have a couple nieces from that sister, and the oldest one, who's a little bit older than Kaylin, is very heavy set, and she just started to go to a gym. Well, I wish I would have realized we talked at Christmas and she really didn't say anything. But she signed up, said she wanted to go to my challenge group. So I messaged her tonight, and she's like, oh, I just spent $243 joining Planet Fitness. And I was like, oh. So I said to her, wow. So then I kind of asked, well, do they offer you a nutrition plan, anything like that? She says no. And I said, oh, that's kind of crappy. And I said, well, this would be a really great program for you to get your nutrition figured out. And then I said, and if you get a friend to sign up, I'll send you a free cookbook. And she's like, oh, well, let me talk to somebody and see what they feel. So hopefully we'll see.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so I like that you're really, really putting the focus on hitting Success Club this month, and that's really your big push goal. Something that Michelle and I were just talking about is even though the Push to Diamond group is called Push to Diamond, and we have these big goals, really focusing and kind of scaling back on hitting the small goals to obtain that bigger goal is what is going to help us to get there. So putting the focus on making sure that we're doing the vital behaviors and making sure that we're inviting people and being consistent there and being consistent in hitting Success Club every month, that's when we're going to see ourselves grow and our business start to grow. So if you make that non-negotiable every month, it took me 2 months. Once I started making Success Club non-negotiable, I went diamond in 2 months after being emerald for 1.5 years.
Yeah, it's been 1.5 years for me. It was July 31st.
Yeah, so it's totally doable. It's totally doable, and it'll be like, oh my God, this is really easy. Like all of a sudden, it'll just be like, it's happening. It's because you're creating that consistency and you're making sure that you're getting all those vital behaviors done. And we were talking about you know, Beachbody pushes that there's 3 vital behaviors. You have your inviting, your personal development, and being a product of the product. But there's a 4th one in there that's a little stinker that you will forget about, and that's adding to your list. Making sure that you're constantly adding to your list and you're opening new conversations with new people. Because a lot of times the reason that people aren't successful in MLMs or in this business is because they cap their ceiling. You know, they reach their ceiling and they cap out with their warm market because they're afraid to branch out and start making those new friendships. But if you do 1 or 2 a day now, every single day, it's going to make your life so much easier down the road because you've already started that vital behavior of just making that a priority every single day.
I'm really bad. I do add people, but then I don't talk to them.
Yeah. I think we talked about that on one of our last on one of our calls. Definitely got to make that a priority to open that conversation with those people and say, hey, you know, thanks so much for adding me, or, you know, what interested you in reaching out to me, that sort of thing. Always reach out to those people and at least get that conversation going. And sometimes you will get a response, sometimes you won't. But we have to, at least from our end, you know, reach out to that person and get that conversation rolling.
I did just convert somebody from Instagram over that commented on my post about the challenge group. So I messaged her tonight after I accepted her friend request. I haven't heard back from her, but hopefully she seemed pretty interested in the challenge group. So we'll see.
That's great. That's great. And you know, Instagram, if you're moving people over from Instagram, that's not easy to do. So that's great.
My Instagram has kind of got, I mean, I had Instagram going. I just ran out of time, I don't know, last week, I think, and I haven't re-upped it. But I'm at 1144 followers. I posted a thing about body shaming the other day that went crazy.
Really?
I got 102 likes on it. I've never had that many likes on anything.
That's awesome.
So it was kind of bizarre. You know, I was like, oh, wow. So I will review those tags, and use them again.
Yeah. That, and what was the post was about body shaming?
Yes, it was actually a post from a picture from J.K. Rowling is actually who said it, and it's about that being fat's not the worst thing that you can be in life. Being, you know, vain and boring and evil and cruel is more detrimental to people than someone being fat. So I kind of used it in a nice post, and so
that's awesome. Definitely maybe something to think about that you can, you know, kind of play off of that once a week or something like that.
Right. And if anybody knows body shaming or has felt it, I have. I mean, you know, that's been a part of my life for my whole life. So it definitely hits a nerve for me. So
yeah. And you know, that's something you can very realistically pull into your story and pull that part of that out that might be more relatable to people, that they start to kind of follow you and start to ask questions and relate to the fact that you've gone through that, and just starting to share that with people, sharing that piece of how that made you feel and how you've overcome that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, that's good. Those are all good things. So I'm excited to see you hit Success Club 5 this month and keep pushing forward. That's great. Hi, Miss Lori. Okay, so do you have any questions, or do you feel like you're struggling with anything that we can help you with at this point?
No, you know what my biggest struggle is, and that's just me, and it's overcoming me. And I'm thinking that the book that I'm reading now, it's 52 ways to overcome your confidence or raise your confidence levels, and that has been helping. It's kind of a very short chapter book. I mean, like each chapter is like a page and a half, but it's very cut and dry to do different things to raise your own confidence level. You know, dress for success is one of them. Get rid of the clothes that you feel crappy in and wear things that you feel good in, and, you know, embrace that. That type of thing. So it's kind of a nice little book, and it was free on Kindle, and I was like, ooh, confidence, that's my biggest problem. So
Michelle, you hear that? We were just talking
I did.
book.
I wrote it down.
Yeah,
That was just what we were talking about.
I'll message you, Michelle, the full
Okay.
Thing.
Because that was exactly.
It was too. We were literally half an hour ago. That's what we were just talking about.
Yeah. So
confidence
that's cool.
for me is my biggest problem. I lack confidence. I always have, and I've always been one of those people that will have a belief about something, and someone will contradict that. So I roll with that contradiction and say, "Oh yeah, you're probably
Me too."
Right." So that is something I definitely know that I have to overcome.
Yeah. Cool.
Me too.
Thank you for sharing that book. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll post it in our group so everybody can on our feed.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. So Miss Lori, how are you doing? We're just kind of going over how you're doing in the group, how things have been going for you on a daily basis, and maybe anything that you might be struggling with.
I still struggle with what to post. I find that, which is why I'm late to the call, because I spent 20 minutes trying to come up with a post, and I realized that we have the scripts and stuff, but I try to add my own little touch to it, and I still find that I don't have anything to say. Like, nobody's going to care what I have to say. And so my post tonight was just super vague, but I wanted at least to post something. So I think I struggle with that. I end up not knowing what to post, so I just don't post. So I need to really get better about scheduling my posting and plan everything out ahead of time. And I think I will do better with that. So that's kind of where my struggle is right now. I listen to my personal development. I'm reading the Miracle Morning right now, and I listen to my podcast in the mornings, on my way to work and on my way home. So I'm getting plenty of that in. I just really need to let it soak in and go from there.
Okay. Do you have some sort of a schedule written out or typed out or anything like that? So Monday through Friday or Monday through Sunday, what you should be focusing on making your post about, so that way you can kind of be thinking in your head at all or anything like that?
I do. I have a schedule posted in my calendar, so my alarms go off, and I think, I need to, make a post. But then that's where I still struggle with,
okay,
what am I going to say? Because, no one's really going to care. But I did notice that when I post more about my personal life, my family and things like that, I get way more likes and way more comments and stuff than I do when I spend so much time thinking about it. I mean, I made a post the other day about a Ziploc bag because it was funny to me.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody commented or, everybody liked it. So I had I think I just need to get back to being more, just be myself, be personable, and just kind of let it roll. I think I'm still thinking way too much into it.
Yeah, I would agree, because if you think about your posts that you're struggling to post because you feel nobody's going to care, nobody's going to relate, you're not going to get any likes, what are you putting out? What are you putting out into the universe? What's the persona that you're giving people as you're typing it? Because that comes across, right? Just like if your intention is, I'm only going to hit success, or I only care about Success Club and I only care about making the money, when you reach out to people, you're going to get a whole lot of no's. But if you sit down with the intention that you want to help people and you want to see if you can help them with this program and you don't care about the money, everything starts to shift because your intentions have shifted. They have shifted as you sat down. So when you write a post about your family, it's just you being genuine and you talking about your family and being happy, and you're putting out to the universe, this is what I love and this is me. I don't care if you like it or not. This is me, and this is who I am, and this is what makes me happy. So we have to carry that over into when we're making our business posts as well. When you're sharing with people your story, put part of your family into that, because your family is a huge part of this journey. And why you're doing it and how you're going through this journey and why you're having struggles, or you're, you know, you have a little one that wants to sit on your lap and, you know, you're trying to do this call, but that's okay. Do you see what I mean? That's okay, because it's life and you are a mom, and that's what makes you relatable. So allow that to carry over into when you're sharing your story or about the business opportunity. Share, you know, the things that you've been able to do because of this opportunity, or how you're feeling, or maybe some kid-friendly recipes that you've been able to incorporate for the kids. Bring all of that together and have that different intention behind when you sit down, or that different thought, that mindset. Because if we're putting out there that, oh, this is going to be really boring and it's vague and nobody cares and nobody's going to post on it, that's what's going to happen. So if we believe it, we're going to believe it to become true. Speaking of needing to do things, I think my dog's going to go to the bathroom. So excuse me for a moment.
Is your dog going bathroom?
Lori, I have to say, I love your post. I see you posting about you and your family all the time, and I'm thinking, I never think of good ideas like you do. I think your posts are great.
Oh, thank you. Most of them are just random things, and I think that's, you know, I had no idea that the whole plastic bag thing, it was just funny to me in my mind, and I didn't think anybody would even care about it or get it, and so many people liked it, and I'm like, oh.
It reminded me of my mother-in-law, because she used to do that. She used to yell at me all the time, why are you throwing that away? So
I know. Now I think Ziploc bags are expensive.
They are.
They are. And yikes, I don't know why I didn't think about this years ago.
Right? But yeah, she used to give me crap all the time. I'm like, I'm not keeping those. But now it's like, yeah, these things are expensive. So, but I thought it was funny too, because like I said, it reminded me of my mother-in-law, and so it was pretty cute.
Oh, thank you. How are you feeling?
A little bit better. I'm feeling a little bit more normal. This morning I just couldn't even get out. I slept till 11 o'clock. I didn't go to work today, obviously.
Oh.
My husband finally woke me up at 11. He's like, are you getting up today?
You probably needed some rest.
Yeah, I think that's mostly what it was, is that I was just, the holidays just, took everything out of me, as I'm sure it did everybody.
Yeah.
So, kind of glad
they're doing better.
Yeah, thanks. So.
Sorry. The puppy had to go potty, so I had to let him out because everybody else is in bed. So it's up to me as he's trotting around the house. And I'm like, just lay down, and he just keeps trotting past me. I'm like, okay, let's go outside.
I'm sorry, I had a bedroom like that.
Okay, so does that make sense? When you're sitting down, the mindset that we're putting out and what we're kind of putting out there when we're making our posts, does that help?
Yeah, I think I just need to not think so much into it, and just, I do better when my posts do better, I guess, when I just am me, and I care when it comes to the business posts that I'm so worried about the outcomes of what they will be than just posting, and what will happen will happen.
And the other thing is too is if you're really struggling, he's
sorry.
No, he's fine. Are you kidding? I have 2 little boys. I'm totally used to that because that's what happens when they sit on my lap. If you feel like struggling, like you're struggling when you're making the post, I definitely encourage you to read Jab, 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 Right Hook by Gary, I'm combining his first last name, Gary Vaynerchuk. That's what I'm reading right now. And he's all about share, give value, and how you can put different spins on things and how the different platforms are different. But how to put your story in there. And it doesn't always have to be like a hook post doesn't always have to be comment below or like or message me if. What you're trying to do is motivate people through emotion. So sharing something that you've struggled with, sharing something that you've overcome, sharing something that has changed in your life because of you were here and you've gotten here because of whatever. So it's the fact that you're trying to hit that emotional piece with people to connect with them on a different level. So even, I mean, a hook post could totally be just connecting with somebody one-on-one and sharing with them something that's very, it's been very beneficial for your family or that has dramatically changed for your family without necessarily saying, if you're interested in joining my team or if you're interested in joining us in our next challenge group, blah, blah, blah. And that's something that I'm starting to learn because I always thought that hook posts had to have that, you know, call to action. But the call to action could be that you put so much emotion into it and you strike a nerve that they're just automatically going to share or they're going to like when you make your family posts, you're not thinking about it. You know, you're just typing about your family and what matters to you. So if you try to carry that over and when you're making your business post as well, I'm not saying every single time, but, you know, sprinkling them in throughout and not always having a call to action and trying to make more of an emotional statement, that's going to benefit you with people getting to like and comment and share your posts more often.
Okay. Yep, that makes sense.
It's a super short book, and I'm a little bit more than halfway through, and it's been really good. So if you're looking for something to help you with posts and how to get more engagement and, you know, that sort of thing, that would be a great book.
Okay, I'll take a look at it.
And he's the guest speaker at Summit, so I am really excited for that because he's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, and then how are you doing? Do you have an upcoming challenge group? How are your invites going? How's that side of things look for you?
It's going pretty well. I'm hoping to really do some posts with inviting people in like a different way over the next several days. It's going to start February 1st, and I totally lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Yes, it'll start February 1st, and I actually have a coaching prospect who I'm hoping will hop into this challenge group too. He's Tim, who I mentioned the other day in our group, but I really connected with him because we ended up just talking about martial arts, and I was hoping to get Carter into some classes, and he told me, you know, so we were able to talk about that and find ground because I hadn't really talked to him since high school. So I've been kind of, you know, watching him in his posts over the last several weeks. So I'm hoping he'll jump in to the group. And I've had some people on the fence for the last like 2 months, and they've kind of been wavering back and forth. Some people have just completely started ignoring me, and I know that I'm not like hounding them. So I think they're just I just don't think they're ready. You know, it's not their time. Or I've seen a couple people, they're trying different things. One just hopped into the Thrive stuff. And then another one is doing something that I've never even heard of, but I saw she had a post about it today. So I figured, well, you know, I'll just let them go with that. And then if they ever decide to come back, but I'm adding new people, which I've not really ever been great at. So now I just need to like make conversation with them, but I'm getting more back into like getting into a rhythm and finding some consistency. So I'm hoping to just keep it going.
Okay, great. So that's kind of something that we were talking about. I don't know if you were on yet or not, but that we were kind of talking about that, you know, we always talk about the 3 vital behaviors, but that 4th one that kind of sneaks in there is that you have to be adding to your list all the time. So definitely make sure that you're reaching out to those people and starting conversation. And, you know, Michelle and I were talking a little bit ago that now is like one of the easiest times to start conversation with people because it's just, hey girl, like how are you doing? I happened to see one of your posts pop up in my newsfeed and I started thinking about you. How were your holidays? Did you have a good holiday season? That's how I've been opening my conversation with almost everybody that I'm reaching out to because everybody experiences the holidays and has all the chaos, and it's just an easy conversation starter to just have open generic conversation and see how everything is going for people. So make sure that, it's great that you're adding to your list, but it's not going to help us if we're not reaching out to those people and starting to build a connection with them right away. Okay. Cool. So what is your goal for this month, other than, I know that we're working on Diamond, but what are your goals for this month?
I'm really hoping to hit, my goal is SC5 by the 19th, because if I can do that by the 19th, then I really want to book the trip next spring. So that's where I'm kind of going and giving myself to the 19th. I know I have till the end of the month, but I'm really hoping by the 19th to secure that, and one coach by the end of the month.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's another thing that we were kind of talking about too, is breaking down, like, our overall goal is to hit Diamond and to advance our business into that next rank, but really making sure that we're being consistent and we're hitting that Success Club 5 or Success Club 10 every single month is where you're going to see your business grow. I was just telling Karina that I sat at Emerald for a year and a half. A year and a half. Never went Ruby. Sat at Emerald for a year and a half, and the second month that I qualified for Success Club consecutively, I went Diamond. So if you are hitting Success Club, and it was only 5, it was only Success Club 5. I wasn't like 10, 20, 30 or anything crazy. It was Success Club 5. So if you build that consistency and you are doing those vital behaviors and you're hitting Success Club 5 every single month, the other things are going to fall into place. You're going to start to grow a team and you're going to hit Diamond, but you have to make those small steps happen first. It's kind of like you don't want to put the cart before the horse, where we're focusing on just Diamond, just Diamond, just Diamond, but then we're forgetting about the steps that we have to take to get to Diamond. Okay?
Yep. I think I'm hoping to keep it going like SC5 or more each month, but at least SC5, and then at least one coach a month is my goal. But I was going to ask you too, and I wouldn't mind other people's feedback. I'm trying not to take it personally about being a coach and my coaches under me not being so motivated, because when they first sign up, they are like, I'm ready to go. But then after our first call and after like we really get the ball rolling, it's like they jump ship. I mean, we have the tools, and I'm trying really hard to like follow along with what we are supposed to do, but I don't know if it's me not coming across well, or I don't know. Is it just me having that problem, or
No.
No. I'm like, I don't know where to go with that.
I will be perfectly honest with you. I struggle with the same feelings from time to time, and I beat myself up, and I'm like, am I not good enough of a leader? What am I doing wrong? What can I do better? And I was really beating myself, and there was one of our coaches in particular who was almost calling me out on a regular basis, and I would like cry to PJ because I was being called out that I wasn't stepping up to be a leader, and I really struggled for a long time with that. And I know that person was really struggling with some personal development, and so I tried not to take it personally, but it's hard because you want everybody to succeed. But the thing is, Lori, is they have to want to succeed as badly as you want them to. We can't make anybody want to do this. Look at Kelly. Look at how successful she is, and she had nobody. Her upline is stuck at Diamond forever, is not really growing her business, has never really reached out to Kelly, has never recognized Kelly for her accomplishments, nothing. Didn't provide Kelly with any trainings, nothing. And this is where she is because she wanted it. Not because her upline wanted it, because she wanted it. Lindsay Matway, who is one of the top coaches in the industry, who was the top coach in 2013 and is a multi-time 15-star diamond, superstar diamond, doesn't have an upline at all. She didn't have any help from her upline. And look at her success. Look at how many people Kelly has on our team, like 1,500 people, and she has 7 diamonds. So the reality is what you do as a leader is you have to lead by example. You have to represent the coach that you want your coaches to be. Okay, you need to be doing the vital behaviors and being consistent and hitting Success Club because you're leading by example. You don't have to manage your coaches. You just have to be a leader. You have to rise above, push through the crap when it hits the fan, and keep moving forward and keep recruiting coaches because we have 70 people on our team, and we have like 6 or 7 emeralds and 3 of you girls that are on the call right now. That's the reality of it. You know, unfortunately, it's a strength in numbers, and people are going to be excited when they first get started, and then people get overwhelmed, or life happens, or they think that it's just going to happen just like this. Gary Vaynerchuk has that video where he's cursing up a storm, and it's one of the most motivating videos I've ever seen on YouTube, where he's talking about, you know, people think that he's an overnight success because now he's this millionaire and, oh, I wish I was as lucky as you and blah, blah, blah. And he's talking about luck. You can have your luck and you can shove it because I spent every waking moment working on this business and giving up my freedom because I wanted something bigger. Those are the people that you have to go out and find. That's why we keep inviting. That's why we keep reaching out to new people. And we have to find the people who are like us, who are showing up on these calls every week and who are trying to be better than we were yesterday. Because unfortunately, not everybody wants that. And that's okay. You have to love people where they are. If they just want to work on their own journey and they kind of want to do their own thing, they may come back around. Just be there for them. That's okay. You know, they may need a lot of personal development, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You know, you can only do so much, and you don't want your coaches to see that you're constantly going to be pulling them along, because then they're going to think they're going to have to do that with their coaches all the time. And that's the only way that you can be successful, is if you're constantly dragging everybody up the hill with you. No. Stand up, be proud, be confident, and lead that team up the hill. And the people who have drive and the people who want things in life are going to follow behind you and are going to push along your side. That makes sense?
Yep, absolutely. Thank you.
Okay. And can I just say that I kind of feel like for a long time I was one of those people. I mean, I signed up as a discount coach, and I have not really done a whole lot with the business. I've been on calls, I've gone to Super Saturdays, but I've been a lackadaisy kind of, yeah, here I am. I want to do this, but I don't. But that's me, and it's all about my struggle. So because Corey has constantly and always been very, not pushy, but has always presented the business in a new way and kept at me and leading me, she's like, leading a horse to water, but it's up to me to drink. So that's on us as an individual. So it's all on me. I'm totally to blame. I sit back and I look at Carolyn Monroe, who signed up at the same time I did. Holy hell, look at her. She's gone crazy. Mm-hmm. And here I am. Yep, I've been an Emerald for 1.5 years. But whose fault is that? It's not her fault. It's not Corey's fault. It's my fault. I'm the one who got lazy. I'm the one who didn't do anything with the business. That's on me, not on you. If you're doing the right thing by leading, Corey's always been a leader. She's always been moving forward and trying to grow our team and teach us as much as she can teach us. But it's up to us to do something with that knowledge. So don't get down on you and don't get down on them. Just keep being there for them. I mean, that's what Corey's done for me. She's just constantly been there for me. So,
okay, thank you.
Can't make them want it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, and it's true. And I look at myself as well. And I sat at Emerald for 1.5 years too. So Karina, like, I was there too. Kelly was always there. Corey, I would get frustrated. I would call her crying because I was like, why is nothing working? Guess what? She would keep telling me, dive into personal development. And guess who wasn't doing it? That was the thing that I would just shove off, So, and I wasn't being consistent. So until the consistency of Success Club 5 every month and the 3 vital behaviors, it's not rocket science, but you have to do it. You know, you have to do it. So don't get down on you, girl. You just keep, all of you, everybody just keep moving forward. Keep pushing for your goals. You can't want it for them. They have to want it for themselves. And I'm not going to say that that doesn't mean that there aren't leaders out there that aren't being leaders, but there is no excuse if you are on our team or if you are on, which is a part of Kelly's team, that you can't be successful in this business. And honestly, even if you weren't on one of our teams, there are so many resources in the Coach Online office that were not available when I signed up to be a coach. None of those coaching basics or the guidelines or the 7-day quick start, none of that stuff was available when I signed up to be a coach. So you could sign up completely blind and have nobody. And if you have the due diligence to do your homework and your research and use Google and look in the Coach Online office, there's no reason that you can't be successful in this business.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep. Sounds good.
All right, cool. All right, Miss Michelle, I know we spoke already, but how about you share with everybody what your goals are, what you've been focusing on this past week, and what you've struggled with?
Oh, it's been a difficult week because I've been sick. So I haven't done as much as I wanted to. It's like the group hit and I got sick. But my goal is to hit SC5 every month or higher. I'm making it non-negotiable. I reached out to a few people this week, but not, we talked about that. I'm having problems with that. I said, I'm not the chit-chat kind of girl. But I really think that that book that Karina's talking about could be a good thing to do. And I forgot, I do have jab, 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 right hook. So that's probably another one that would be a good one for me too. Because like Lori was saying, I posting ideas. Like I'm always trying to figure out what to post, but maybe I just need to post more about my life like you were talking about. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and get into that and get a schedule down. I mean, I kind of have a schedule for my posts, but I don't follow it. I'm not consistent. My fault. You know, and that's, you know, like you're saying, you can't make somebody do what they don't do. It's not anybody's fault but my own. I've been in the business for a long time too. It seems like it's been over a year and a half, I think now. It's scary. And I'm rolled. How many times have I dropped and came back? You know, so I just need to get more consistent. My difficulties, I think the most thing that I have most difficulty with still is Instagram. It's like I post and I do get a lot of likes on things, but then I don't know how to follow through. I mean, I've gone through and I've done the 5, you know, like the pictures and comment on 3, but then I've sent a couple people messages, but I've never gotten a reply. So that kind of just like, I don't know if I'm not, I don't know what I'm doing wrong or not doing right, whatever that may be. But that's one of my biggest hang-ups. So.
In that jab, 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 right hook, Gary talks about master one platform. Like stick with one that you're comfortable in and that you can excel at and that you're very consistent at. And then use another one to be present in. It's not that you are excelling in it or that you're extremely active in it, but you have a presence there that people can find. Okay. So like he was talking about, like if you are really good on Instagram, be bold and be confident and be consistent on Instagram, and then share your post every day to your Facebook page so that you have a presence on Facebook, but you're maybe not 100% on that platform, but you still have a presence there if people look for you. So if your strength is in Facebook, then use Facebook to your advantage. Master that one and be good at one. You don't have to be good at all of them. Be good at one of them. And then what I do, I'm not a master at Instagram. I personally just cannot get comfortable in it. I feel much more comfortable on Facebook. You can have more conversation there. And I feel like you get more of a one-on-one connection on Facebook. but I'm still very consistent in posting at least once a day, if not twice a day on Instagram. And I'm sharing what I'm putting on Facebook, so I have a presence on Instagram. And I will convert people from time to time. It's not something that is huge, but I still have a good presence there, and I'm still consistent there. So work on mastering one and being very consistent,
Okay.
posting in one, and then worry about incorporating the other one more often.
And I do try, I am better on Facebook, and my like page does better. So I'm more consistent with those two. And I do post on Instagram. It's just like, I know what I want to post, but then I don't know what hashtags I want to use. Because it's like, some of my hashtags just don't seem to do anything. And since Instagram has changed over the last year, you could go in and change your, delete your hashtag that you had before and post more, and it would like refresh your, post.
Mm-hmm.
Now it doesn't do that. It doesn't really refresh it. It kind of like, it goes by the first time, actual date stamp or whatever that you posted it the first time. So it doesn't really refresh it, I guess. I don't know. So I guess, that's my biggest problem with Instagram is the hashtags and reaching out to people, I guess. So, I'll try and stay consistently present in Instagram, and then just concentrate on my Facebook and my like page, because I do seem to be getting more interaction on my like page than, and I don't know, I just am able to interact better, I guess, than I am on Instagram, because it is easier. So, but I do think that I need to get a better schedule and be more consistent. We've talked about that. My consistency is just horrible. So I just need to get better at that and reaching out. So that's kind of what we talked about tonight.
You just got to keep pushing forward, just like Janelle talked about on Saturday. You have to stop stopping. And I don't remember, I think I ran to the bathroom, so I'm not sure who the younger gentleman was who was in the middle of the 5-star and above panel, but he was drinking the Energize and was getting a little jittery on stage. But he was talking about the analogy, which is very true, that like if you start building some momentum and some consistency and you start pushing this boulder up the hill, and then you kind of start losing momentum, and then you just let the boulder go, and then it goes further down the hill than where it was when you started. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to go again, and I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to do this. And you start pushing it back up the hill again. You get it back to where you were before, and then you start losing momentum again, and then there goes the boulder. Again, down even further again. So if you just keep going and you keep that consistency, even if it's only making sure you post on Facebook once a day to have that presence and to reach out to 3 people, follow up with 3 people, and invite 3 people, make it the bare minimum on that day. While you're sitting on the pooper, sit there and go, okay, hey girl, how you doing? Okay, girl, hey, hey, how you doing? And then say, hey, I'm not sure if this is for you. Copy and paste that shit and get those 3 invites.
Yeah.
Make that presence happen, because it's going to pay off in the long run. Honey, I gotta poop. It's gonna be a long one. Just when you're a mom and you have little ones up your butt, it's the only time I am allowed. Even when I'm in the shower, I'm not allowed to be by myself.
I know. My granddaughter follows me into the bathroom, so I totally understand. I don't have kids anymore, but she follows me into the bathroom. Jennifer's like, yeah, I don't get to do anything in the bathroom by myself anymore. No. So I totally understand. But I did relate with that. I did relate with that guy because I kept thinking to myself, yeah, that's me. Because, you let it go, you let the momentum go, and you fall further down, and then you got to push even harder to get back up. And then, each time it just like more and more, you got to push harder and harder, and you got to work harder, and, and then you get frustrated. And so I totally related with that.
You've already been here. You're like, damn it, I've already started here.
Yes.
Before. And you want to be to the top of that hill. And all I can tell you is that after a year of being consistent, and I started hitting the top of that hill, after I hit Success Club All-Star, so it was 12 months of running in Success Club, I started to get at the top of that hill. And Kevin and Kelly kept telling me, you're gonna hit a waterfall effect. You're gonna hit a waterfall effect. And I'm like, okay, whatever that means,
Right.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep being consistent. And it's true. then people start coming back to you that you touched in the beginning that were like, huh, this girl's nuts. What is she talking about? Getting on this MLM? That's a pyramid scheme or whatever. And all these people start coming back around. You're like, oh. A lady that I talked to when we went to Florida 2 years ago, who super fitness guru. I tried reaching out to her several times, started a conversation. I talked with her when we were down there. I know money's not a problem because her husband is a captain of this huge yacht down in St. Augustine. So I know that ain't a problem. Talked to her several times. She blew me off every single time. Guess who reached out to me 2 weeks ago?
Wow. Well, I will say, there for a while, it was like a couple months ago, I was getting all these people reaching out to me and asking questions. Of course, it didn't really go anywhere, but it was like, okay, I know these people have been watching me for a long time. So I do get that. And then, I have beat myself up because I have been at Success Club 5 before. I've made it, I think twice. I've made it twice. But I didn't push myself to keep going.
Yeah.
And then I fell down, and now I'm just struggling to get back up there again. But I'm making it happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what I have to do, and I may fail. I'm not saying I'm going to, but if I do, I do. But I have to give it everything that I have, and I haven't done that yet.
Well, and that's you being honest with yourself, and that's the best thing that you can do. And Carolyn Marone posted a wonderful quote this morning. It said, "Quit looking in the rearview mirror. You're not going
I've seen that
way.
one. Yep.
Look forward. Don't worry about that you only hit Success Club 5 twice and then you lost momentum. Worry about now. Focus on the present and being consistent now and pushing through those barriers when you feel like, oh, I'm just too tired today or I don't want to. Make getting those things done a priority. And honestly, you guys, on the days that things come up or whatever, you really can get those vital behaviors done in 20 minutes. I mean, if you really sit down and focus for 20 minutes, you can bust them out. It might be the bare minimum, but it's better than nothing.
That's true.
So make sure that when life happens and, those hurdles that most people stop at and lose their momentum, that you're that leader that's going over that, that's pushing through, that's finding another way around that barrier that's causing whatever in life is happening at the moment that's causing you to have this struggle, that you find a way around it to make it happen.
I totally agree. And speaking of Carol Monroe, she is an all-star. Her and I started in Kelly's Emerald to Diamond group together about a year ago. And when we both started, she was very quiet and very intimidated, I would say. And look at her now.
Mm-hmm.
She's a force to be reckoned with, and when the first video that we ever did, I would have never, ever expected that from her just because she was so shy. I don't want to say timid, but shy. And look at her now. I mean, she's very inspiring. So
it is.
So I just have to get out of my own way.
Crazy.
No, she's not. She's,
she might be hitting crazy success numbers, but that's because instead of inviting 3 to 5 a day, she's inviting 20 to 25 a day. That's the only difference. And she's doing it consistently. She's still doing the same behaviors. It's just on a larger scale.
Yeah, exactly. And she's consistent with her posts, and she's doing what she's supposed to do.
Yeah. Let that inspire you. Don't compare yourself.
Oh no, I don't compare. I used to do that in my other business. I used to compare myself a lot. And I don't do that anymore because all it did was knock me down and make me even worse than what I was, as far as confidence goes. So I don't do that. I actually, am happy to see the success of everyone. And I'm probably, I praise people all the time for their success. So I don't compare myself, and I'm not jealous of their success. Do I want to be there? Yes. But they're putting in the work that I'm not. So they deserve to be there. But now I'm going to join them.
Oh, yeah, there we go. So we are
have to get out of my own way.
Yeah, we're going to take those steps forward, and we're going to get there.
So
Cool. Well, thank you all so much for jumping on the call tonight, you guys. It seriously, like, I love when you guys make this a priority because I enjoy helping you. I enjoy having these conversations with you girls and anywhere that I can help. So I value your time so much, and I appreciate when you make this a priority, and I'm not the only one sitting here by myself. So thank you all so very much. I'm very proud of each of you. Like I said, don't look in the rearview mirror. Keep looking forward. Keep your head high. Be confident. Fake it till you make it. That's what you have to do, is fake that you are this person, because you are that person. You just maybe don't have that accolade yet. But you are that person. That's who you want to be, and that's who you're striving to be. So when you say fake it till you make it, doesn't mean that you're being this fake person. It just means that you're carrying that confidence that that person, when you reach that, that's where you're going to be. So carry that confidence, hold your head high, and be proud of the strides that you are taking today, and that you are going to create that momentum in your business. I'm super proud of all you guys, and I appreciate you being on the call, and I'm going to let you go so that you can all go do whatever you have to do. I'm going to go brush my teeth and wash my face and snuggle my husband for a few before I go to bed.
I got to work out.
thank you, Corey.
Yeah, well, go work out, girl. Get that sweat on, and then go snuggle your husband.
Oh, one last quick thing.
Yeah.
I thought I had the new P90, but I don't. I have P90X 2, 3, and just P90X. What do you suggest for Terry?
P90.
I don't have P90. I have P90X.
Yeah, I don't know, because 3 is kind of intense.
Tough. Yeah.
I mean, they all are.
Do you still have T25?
I've never had T25.
Oh.
But that might be on demand, though.
Yeah, but you, and you'll be able to unlock it. I think that's one of them that in February they're going to roll.
I think so.
Unlock it. I mean, honestly, 21-day fix modified and maybe not doing the cardios at this point and just doing more of the strength training and the bodies and stuff might be better.
Okay.
X's are just pretty intense, especially, I definitely would not do 2. I mean, that's a lot of balance and that's
I kind of
program.
looked at it and they're all like, wow. Because, I got that for Hitting Success Club 5 a few months ago. I got the entire series, I thought, but P90 wasn't in there.
No, because I got that series too, and P90 was not included in that. No.
So, but it is pretty intense. So, all right. Well, you know what? I'll just start him out with the 21-day fix because that's the one I like.
I would do that
the most, anyways. So, okay, great.
All right.
Thanks, lady.
All right, girls. Talk to you.